Go to Twitter or YouTube right now. Everyone is screaming the same thing. AI is going to replace your team. Fire everyone. Install this bot. I think that is a lie, and it's a dangerous one. I just partnered with Imogen Cook, the founder of the Freedom Geek.
I have a team running the recruitment business to help other people do it themselves.
A leading VA agency from UK, to run a live workshop for her clients. These were real business owners managing property portfolios and agencies. We didn't pitch them on AI replacement. Instead, we pitched them on the hybrid model. Here is exactly what we taught them and why it resulted in us booking 4 consultant calls in under an hour. First, we had to break the biggest myth in automation. Most people try to automate chaos. But Imogen dropped a reality check that immediately changed the energy in the room.
Now, if you're not using a Filipino VA to do those tasks and you're doing it yourself, things can get a little bit scary. How much is your time worth? Let's say you feel like you're worth £50 an hour, just whatever. It could be anything, but like, let's say roughly we're business founders, it doesn't even seem that high. But if you're doing 200 hours at your £50 an hour, that's costing you £10,000 a month. So if you don't have any support in your business, then and you're, financially feeling not too good, this is the reason why.
This is why the AI bros fail. They try to automate a process that the founder shouldn't even be touching. The strategy we proposed: hire first, automate second.
So talking about how to win back time, this is certainly what I'm doing anyway. Hire the VA, hand off things that I already know to do, free up my time and my focus because we're in this battle as business owners to get time back. Then start with the AI automation.
Once you have the human in the loop, that is when I come in and build the system. The audience asked for a demo, they wanted to see under the hood. So I showed a live breakdown of an email and invoice processing system. And I made a very specific point. Don't use AI for everything. Here is the breakdown. Yeah, so basically, before talking anything about the tools, the most important part is the process. It's not about tools. It's never about the tools. It's about your specific process, which is very unique to you. That's what the whole webinar was about. It's about identifying your own business problems. Then comes the AI step. So basically, this is the most important part, which I try to maintain while building any kind of AI automation system. 80% of the system, I try to keep it very deterministic. What does that mean? That basically means I don't incorporate AI. Because whenever we incorporate AI, there's variance in the outputs. But for real world use cases, we don't want any kind of variance. If it's saying something, it should say the same exact thing in 100, 1000 of its outputs. So what I'm trying to say here, I try to incorporate AI as little as possible and do the other stuffs through very deterministic codes, like fix hard set of rules. You see that? I told them not to use AI for the logic. AI is for the fuzzy stuff, like reading the invoice. But for logic, that needs to be hard-coded engineering. And that is the main difference between a toy and a real business system. So this is a very high level perspective of the email automation, of one email automation system, because in your case it will be very different. That's why you have to talk. And before starting anything, we need to have a very clear idea on exactly what are your problems, how many hours are you wasting on it, what does it cost. All of these questions you need to answer them to yourselves. We also walk them through the timeline, because everyone thinks automation is magic. It's not magic, it's construction. A lot of people think that adding AI into their already working processes is very chaotic. It doesn't have to be that way, and that's why we follow a very strict engineering cycle here, as you can see. So in the week 1 and week 2, this is basically the discovery phase. We don't touch any code, we don't build anything. We just map out your entire process and find the time sinks, find the wastes. So we have to talk with you and map out everything. That's it. Then we start the building in week 3 and 4. So basically, I build the system in the background. You don't have to see the mess. You just wait for the result. And I also test my system very intensively. So In real world cases, there are multiple occasions when the systems will face many edge cases, what we like to say. So basically, because an automation system to run properly, a fixed set of inputs are needed, and with that, it will generate a fixed set of outputs. But for real world cases, there are variances all the time, and there are edge cases. So that's why before finalizing the production, what we do, we test it with so many edge cases, so many different scenarios. Sometimes I make up stuffs on my own mind, then I test with it just to see, it's kind of like a paranoia, you could say. But yeah, that's what we do to make sure that it's very, the production is very good. And finally, in the week 5 and 6, this is the launch phase, and this is basically the most important part. We won't be handing you the tool and run away. That's not how it works. So we train your team, we train you, specifically your VAs, on how to be the pilots of this new system. This was the moment for the room. They realized AI isn't something you buy. It's something you install into your existing team. If you guys want to go with a takeaway, note down everything, track your processes. That's it. Even before starting anything. That's how you get clarity. If you are a business owner, stop trying to replace your people. Instead, supercharge them. And if you want to see how we build these systems, or if you need this kind of audit for your business, check out the link in the description, and I'll see you in the next one.